downtown Detroit, it's Jason Carr Live with your host, Jason Carr.
Good Monday morning to you. Hope you had a restful and enjoyable weekend. Now you're back at it and back at goofing off at work because you're watching us and not doing those spreadsheets that you're supposed to be working on, or your TPS reports for that matter.
Those spreadsheets will fill themselves in.
Eventually they will. Be sure, if you are watching us from Texas, anywhere close to the hurricane, let us know, and we can dialogue with you via the comments that I'm going to be pulling up here in just a second. Thousands gathered Sunday for a traditional ox racing competition in southern Germany. A town in Bavaria plays host to the competition just once every 4 years, kind of like the Olympics. 16 competitors took part this year, including a female rider for the first time. Surprisingly, oxen are fast.
I guess so. I mean, I guess just as fast as any cow would be.
The winner, Adam Joseph, said there was no special winning technique for the riders, only luck. He said it all depends on how the ox is feeling. Really? I would not have guessed that.
Well, I mean, I guess, how do you get an ox to run even just a little bit faster? I don't think there's really much you can do. But you know what I love about this is anytime there's one of these festivals that takes place anywhere in Bavaria, a lot of people actually show up in the lederhosen and the dirndls and really dress up in the traditional garb, which is pretty neat.
Do you think this would happen here? Not a chance.
No.
We have very little information about this next story, but it maybe the most important thing you see this week. Video of a German Shepherd pushing a shopping cart around a grocery store. This is somewhere in California. Of course,
somewhere in California. We don't really know exactly where it is, but there's two different videos. So amazing stuff.
As if that's not rich and compelling, now this. Does something eventually happen here?
Nope. It's just looping.
All right.
Now, hold on. I've got a couple of good ones, though. Take a look at this one.
Strangely compelling.
Now, this one, though, I grabbed way too many of these, but take a look at this. Nope. Oh.
It just goes to show what a heartless jerk you are that you're laughing at this poor dog face planting into the very last pole. In Texas, post-Hurricane Harvey flooding displacing more than people and their families, somewhere in southern Texas, a large herd of cows left the dairy farm, heading to what only can be described as dry land. Animals instinctively seek higher ground in floods and other natural disasters.
Instinctively, they just know. Something's wrong with the pressure. I gotta find higher ground.
Deputies in one Liberty County were on a rescue mission to save more than a whole herd of cattle, leading the charge to save these animals from post-Harvey flooding. The large group also led by 2 dogs and a man on horseback. Look at those clouds. That's almost surreal. And as that's not enough, a Houston taxi driver says as Hurricane Harvey approached, a hawk got into his cab and then refused to leave.
Cooper Hop, really pretty fella, has
William Brusso.
Cab here, and he seems to be scared. He don't know what's going on. Hurricane Harvey is getting ready to barrel down through over here, and he just kind of doesn't want to leave. He looks like he's scared. He don't know what's going on. Maybe the air pressure because of hurricane, but he just kind of hopped on in and doesn't want to leave.
Sergeant, Hurricane Harvey is what he ended up naming the bird.
Apparently he started feeding it.
Been feeding the bird,
Yeah.
apparently.
And the thing won't leave him alone.
That would be freaky.
Yeah.
A hurricane, a natural disaster is descending upon your state, and a hawk lands in your cabin and just...
And befriends you, because now apparently it's like living in his house with him. And he's been feeding it, so now he's taking care of a hawk.
What do you feed a hawk? You go to the...
Whatever you can find.
Go to the pet store and buy like 10 hamsters?
It's like mice, right?
Amid the devastating storms coming out of Texas, one person managed to capture a lighthearted moment that brought many smiles. Teal Dawkins took a picture of a dog carrying a bag of dog food in his mouth that has gone viral on Facebook and has been shared by thousands.
Caught looting. Red-handed.
Pawed.
Red pawed.
The dog's name is Otis. Okay, Otis the dog carrying his dog food. Speaking of dogs, you know the dog that we took home from Detroit Dog Rescue last week?
Yes. Did we get a name?
We gave it 3 days. And we're upset that we had to return her because her puppy power was too overwhelming for our 4-pound Chihuahua. The mismatch in physical size and strength was so great that we were actually concerned for the Chihuahua's well-being, let's put it that way.
You know,
A puppy being a puppy. Let me tell you something. This dog that we took in from Detroit Dog Rescue, like a pit lab mix, expected to get about 70 pounds, the sweetest, the nicest. We had even begun potty training, slept with us in the bed. If not for the mismatch in size between our year-and-a-half-old Chihuahua and this 14 or 12-week-old puppy, Chihuahua had some bruises.
That Chihuahua's got to hit the gym. You know, if you're going to stand up for yourself, you gotta.
The point of me bringing that up is that there were some people when I posted that on Instagram who said, "Oh, I would have taken that dog. I wanted the dog." The dog is available. If you recall, her photo with my daughter is still on my Instagram page. The dog is still available for adoption, and I would love to see her find the right home, which would be with a dog or dogs her size or larger, not a small dog, because she's rambunctious, she's a puppy, she wants to play.
I mean, this is no ordinary dog. This is a dog that was previously owned by Jason Carr.
Okay, all right. He said mockingly. Huh? Hopefully so.
Hey, I got one more rich and compelling video.
We didn't adopt the puppy. We was never formally adopted. It was an overnight stay as a trial run to see if we were going to adopt her. Actually turned into 3 days.
How does that work? Do you have to go before a judge?
No, we filled out special paperwork. So
take a look at this.
Whoa. Do we have this in fast motion?
No, just in slow motion.
Okay. A beach in Poland played host to a spectacular event this weekend, the 7th International Kite Festival. People from around the world brought their creative, cute, and colorful kites to the fest. Some 120 kite lovers participated, ranging in age from 5 to over 80. The wind was just right for kite flying on the edge of the Baltic Sea Sunday. I kind of dig flying kites.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Oh, yeah. There's nothing to it. I mean...
Well, once you get it airborne, all you got to do is hope the wind stays up.
Especially kites like this. I mean, apparently all these are handmade. You gotta be really into kites to make your own kites. But
Look at that dragon.
yeah. A couple of cool-looking fish. Some serious rope these guys have.
That is creepy.
Yeah.
You know what it reminds me of? The Matrix.
Yeah, it did.
Look at this cat. Panda Watch. There's a new addition at a giant panda breeding research center in China. As a female cub was born last week, a giant panda named Zuzu gave birth to the cub on August 21st. The newborn weighs less than a half pound. Both mother and baby are doing well. She had her newest cub with the help of artificial breeding technology. They've bred 16 cubs in this manner. How about that? Take a look at this picture posted to Reddit of a possible ghost cat.
Now, Ken is our local 4 ghost expert. Ken?
Is he even listening to us?
Yeah, I don't know if he is, but we're going to need your expertise on this. Now,
We're looking at ghosts?
yes, yeah, we're looking at ghosts. Is this a ghost cat? Or just a shadow?
I think there's a 100% chance that it's a ghost cat.
Yeah,
There's
100%.
no doubt in my mind. Not even a, well, like I said, not even a 1% doubt.
Really?
Confirmed.
Ghost cat.
Ghost cat.
Take a look at this hourglass, which is like any other, except that the sand has been replaced with iron filings, resulting in eye-catching structures and stalagmite-like prominences forming and collapsing in a magnetic base. The hourglass is set for a minute and sells for $18 on Amazon.
So, what do you, I mean, hourglasses, I mean, do people actually like boil an egg and flip their hourglass over and say like, okay, here we go?
Especially not, I mean, a minute?
Yeah,
What point does that have? I mean, how about an hour? Hourglass.
Yep. It's got to be difficult to time those things, huh? Like, how do you calibrate an hourglass?
Contestants showed their prowess in clambering up a greasy pole yesterday as they took part in a traditional festival in Malta. The annual Gostra Festival is held to mark the feast day of St. Julian, patron saint of the town of St. Julian's. This is close to the capital city of Valletta. Whoa! Doesn't seem like anybody's all that impressed. Can we see some more running up the pole? Ooh. Whoa! Does anybody, is the point to get to the flag?
Yeah, there's the furthest
Oh, did
flag.
he get it?
He got a close one. I think there's one way up on the end.
How is that attached? Oh, he got it!
He got it. He got it. And I think they get
My
a
brothers, here, let us celebrate. Come here, you.
I think they've got a quick interview with him. He'll talk about it. Ooh, a little bit of fireworks. Okay.
It's not difficult. The thing is that you have to be focused on what you're doing. You don't have to think about anything. When you're up there, it's like it's between whether you're going to hurt yourself or you're going to grab a flag.
So, that's what it's between. It's either hurting yourself or grabbing a flag.
All right, then. What do you got there? Oh, the high five dog. What is, do we have a live cam in Houston? What are we showing for coverage right now?
Well, I have this camera feed. which looks like rain.
And plenty more of it.
Yep. I will have to go take a quick look in receive and find out what else we have.
Is anybody watching in Texas? Close to the flooding? Roberta Kessler-Brandt says all artwork must be approved by your audience. I have an illustration of Ghost Cat, in case you're...
So I have, let's see, utilities. Okay, great.
What?
Well, you know, issues over here.
What are you trying to bring up?
Some of our feeds in Houston.
Kathy Generalowicz is in Houston, or not in Houston, she's in Texas, not close to Houston. So.
Okay.
William says he feels bad for Texas, don't we all?
You know, this is one of the worst things I think that the news business does is put a meteorologist in the thick of it to cover the storm. It's so... We could get some sound from her. I don't know if she's on right now.
Obviously, to more rain, more flooding, more of this scene you're seeing right now. These homes flooded, these streets turned into rivers. Now, Dickinson was one of those communities that when officials
Is this
put
our
out
sister station?
the request for volunteers to
KPRC?
bring
I would
boats,
imagine this is
people
KPRC.
really
I didn't get
responded.
a,
They were unloading canoes,
cool idea.
even jet skis yesterday on the highway. That should give you an idea of just how much water was on some of the major thoroughfares. Not only the rain is coming today, but also the Army Corps of Engineers made the strategic decision to release water from dams that will eventually make its way to Houston. They said it was better to do it in this controlled way than risk a catastrophic failure.
Can you
Meanwhile, the
bring her
question
audio
remains,
down?
all
Yeah.
of these people who had to stay-
Chelsea Ballard, I'm watching in Houston, Texas, she says.
Really?
Chelsea, let's hear from you. Tell us what you're seeing down there. Hopefully you're safe. While we wait for her to respond, I have Ghost Cat.
Yes. Okay. Well, let's take a look at Ghost Cat. Oh, that's a good one. Oh my God, that's terrifying.
That's Ghost Cat right there.
Yeah. Darken it up.
He's bowing.
Ghost Cat. I think I have another satellite feed here.
Ken?
Oh, nope. That's nothing.
Chelsea Ballard watching in Houston, Texas, waiting for her to make her next post so we can get an update. Roberta Kessler-Brandt approves of Ghost Cat. Deputies in one Liberty County, or in one, it's not one, it's just Liberty County, were on a rescue mission to save dozens of cows, leading the charge to save the herd from post-Harvey flooding. These are the cattle that basically were seeking out higher ground on their own, instinctively, but then deputies in Liberty County led up, there you see it,
Taking them for a walk out to pasture.
Roberta says, I have friends in the Houston area. She says it's horrific, and she lived through the flooding in New Orleans. Can you imagine? What if you were one of those people that got displaced by Katrina or just gave up on New Orleans, like, because of the devastation of Katrina? You're like, I'm out of here. I'm going to Houston. And then this happens. Wouldn't you feel like life was trying to mess with you?
A little bit. I mean, you want to live in San Francisco along a fault line, you're going to take a risk. Up here in Michigan, we don't really have that big a problem with those type of natural disasters. However, what we did learn last week is that 75% of tornadoes happen in this country.
I'm sorry?
75% of tornadoes happen in the United States.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Tornado Alley or whatever. Yeah, Michigan, I mean, we're surrounded by fresh water.
The good water.
The good water. We have some areas that are prone to flooding, but not a lot. We occasionally get tornadic activity, but I think the most deadly one was like 70 years ago, almost, the Flint Beecher tornado of the mid-50s.
Otherwise,
We've got a lot going for us.
We're pretty mild.
We're pretty mild when it comes to natural disasters and that sort of thing. And
We do have crazy weather. It does fluctuate pretty drastically, but
Yeah.
as far as natural disasters
okay,
go,
here we go, John. Chelsea. I'm on the north side of Houston. I work downtown, and it's completely flooded. Schools are closed all week. Freeways are flooded as well. Hurricane Harvey making history, and we still have more days to go.
Yep.
I mean, I was reading a first-person account from a journalist who lives there, who said that the house that he'd been saving for years to buy is now underwater, and he and his wife and the dog are on the second floor, and that's where he was filing his dispatch from.
Now, there was this picture that was circulating. And
Can you bring that up, Cole?
Yeah, this is a
This is
nursing
the
home.
image of the flood, as far as I'm concerned. Trudy Lampson took this photo of seniors at either a nursing home or assisted living community, something along those lines. That woman appears to be knitting
in a chair,
In
and
a
the other
chair.
one's sitting in a scooter.
That's
Now,
flood water. And there's another knee right here. You see the legs crossed?
yeah.
Can you put me there? Feet, legs crossed. This must be a reflection of a light right here, it looks like.
Now, I don't have a whole lot of details on this. I saw the script. I read it real quickly. Trudy Lampson is the owner of this assisted living facility, and she snapped this photo. Now, I don't know exactly what type of responsibilities as an owner of an assisted living facility you would have, but I would imagine part of your responsibilities is maybe evacuating the building.
But if you were told to stay put and not evacuate
Sure.
by the government or local authorities
Then
to ride it out, then there's not a whole lot you can do. But yes, you would think that given the sheer inherent danger and drama of this photo, that post haste,
yeah.
out of care for the elderly, elder care, that somebody would,
Well, and
see
from
this
what I
and get over
understand,
there.
I was reading, people were curious as to why the lights didn't go out, but this is all salinated water, which doesn't hold current as well as fresh water does, so a lot of these lights, the buildings still have electricity, but, taking this photo, maybe get these guys, get everyone in the truck, just start getting out of there.
You would think so.
Maybe days before this picture was taken. Like, I don't know. You get a foot of water and you think maybe it's time to leave. But no. We'll wait until it's waist deep, take a photo, and be featured on Jason Carr Live.
Alda says that they have been moved and does not cite a source.
Well, okay, Roberto, you're right. No, salt water will hold current. I'm not saying it won't.
All right. We'll be back here live at 12:27-ish for the midday live. I should mention that you know who our fan of the day is on Live in the D?
Who?
Francesca Catanese.
Oh, is she coming? She'll
No,
be here?
no, she's gonna be on
you'll
the phone,
feature
I
it.
think.
Okay.
I think. No, I don't know if we're going to have her on. Probably not. We'll just show her photo and,
Yeah.
she wins a nominal prize. But we'll see you at 10 o'clock on Local 4.
Stay classy, Detroit.